What's up, sports bettors? I'm going to be sharing with you a few sharp player props on Monkey Knife Fight, Underdog Fantasy, PrizePicks, and Thrive Fantasy. So all of these fantasy companies are kind of exactly the same in how they work, right? On Thrive Fantasy, they say it the most clearly. Any 3 picks you select, you get 6.2 times your entry. So in other words, we pick 3 picks. We're getting 100 to win 620. On Underdog Fantasy, it's similar. 100 to win 600. It doesn't matter what 3 picks you select. You can see as we change it around, it's always 100 to win 600. PrizePicks, Monkey Knife Fight are exactly the same. Any 3 picks, you're going to be getting a fixed payout, right? So we've kind of gone through the math before behind Underdog Fantasy, PrizePicks, Thrive Fantasy, and kind of what's important to realize is all of these platforms you can back out, what their odds are. So essentially for Underdog Fantasy, if you're playing in a 2-pick entry, you're getting minus 137 juice on the over and the under. If you're playing in a 3-pick entry or a 5-pick entry, you're getting minus 122 juice, right? So when you're using OddsJam, and you can browse odds for free on OddsJam for any sport, you should assume when you're playing in a 3-pick entry on Underdog that you're getting minus 122 odds, right? So for Jake Odorizzi, we definitely don't want to take him over 3.5 strikeouts in our Underdog entry. Why? Because we're getting minus 122 when all of the sports books are giving you plus money on this play, right? Like, that's a surefire way to lose money sports betting. You can see Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker, they're giving you Jake Odorizzi over 3.5 strikeouts at plus 119. So we definitely don't want to bet him minus 122. We definitely don't want to take the over in our Underdog Fantasy entry. So I recommend kind of getting all of them because they all have different odds. Like you'll see, we're going to go through some bets for today. There's a nerfy play on PrizePicks. Rays Red Sox in a 5-pick flex. The nerfy looks great right here. Right? Nerfy, you're getting minus 119 implied odds. But on Underdog Fantasy, we have the opportunity to play Jake Odorizzi under 3.5 strikeouts, which has a 2.75% profit margin, right? So on OddsJam, it's completely free to browse odds, any sport you want to look at, NFL props, whatever, and that's completely free to do, right? And all of these betting tools. So yesterday, hopefully you've been following along with our live streams. Yesterday, I gave out 2 picks, so we lost. We won. Well, yeah, Jeff Wilson Jr., all he needed was 10.5 receiving yards. He didn't get the job done, but this play was an absolutely incredible. We went through the math a bunch of times. On Thrive Fantasy, this cashed 1,000 to 3.6K, so we cashed that in the live stream profit. So hopefully you've been following along with the live stream profit. We're up 7.2K. Non-live, we're still doing pretty good, up 12.1. But anyways, so as a sharp bettor, kind of it's our job when we're looking at Thrive, Underdog Fantasy, PrizePicks, Monkey Knife Fight, to look at kind of all this data in the market and figure out the bet we want to go with, right? And here, it's pretty clear that we want to go with Jake Odorizzi under 3.5 strikeouts. We're getting minus 122 implied odds on Underdog Fantasy. You can see BetOnline is pricing this at minus 143. Pinnacle, a very sharp offshore sportsbook. They're known for being the sharpest sportsbook in the world. They're pricing this at minus 159. DraftKings is pricing this at minus 155. So we essentially have 1, 2, 3 data points telling us, hey, this line should be like, minus 150, minus 160 area. And we're getting it minus 122. So if you don't know what a no-vig odds calculator is, I highly recommend kind of reading through this text. And you can check out this calculator. It's, of course, free to use on OddsJam. It's free to browse odds. But what this calculator will do is you can put in a sportsbook's market. So here on Pinnacle, they're giving you the over all the way up at plus 119, and they have the under the most juiced out of any sportsbook at minus 159. DraftKings a little behind at minus 155, right? So sportsbooks imply win probabilities through their odds. So because Pinnacle has the under, the most juiced, they think the under is most likely to occur. And you can kind of quantify that mathematically with a no-vig odds calculator. So according to Pinnacle, the under should be hitting 57.35% of the time based on their market. right? And there's no magic going on here. This is just like industry standard. Sportsbooks charge the vig, so all this calculator does is remove the vig, remove the juice, and tell you the true odds for your bet, right? So Bet Online is slightly more, in favor, or slightly less favored on the under. So according to their market, he's only 55.27% to go under. So what this no vig odds is kind of a market consensus based on all the sportsbooks, with the sharpest sportsbooks weighted the most, telling you, hey, based on the entire market, the true odds with the vig removed is minus 130, and you're getting this minus 122, so this is positive EV. So you're always going to notice on the positive EV tool that you're getting better odds than the no vig odds, which is exactly what you want, right? It's like getting a stock worth $6, but you only have to buy it for $5.50, right? Or a stock worth $10, you're buying it for $9. That's a good deal, right? You're getting value. So that's all this is. So the second pick I have is Colton Wong. So we can see the profit margin is slightly lower, not the full 2.75%, 0.59%, but hey, all the sports books have the over heavily juiced. FanDuel has it minus 170. Bet Online has it minus 152, plus 117. So Bet Online, a super sharp offshore sports book, has the true price at minus 131. DraftKings a little less bullish, but hey, this is the second pick we're going with. Next, we have a play on Thrive, and this is why you're going to want to click the link below, sign up for Thrive. They give you on 2-pick entries, they're only charging minus 111 juice, right? On Underdog Fantasy, for a 2-pick entry, you're getting 100 to win 300. On Thrive, if we go to the prop lobby, you're getting 100 to win 360, which is wild if you think about it. 100 to win 360, so you're getting $60 more. So that's why, if you look at, we've absolutely been crushing them so far. This one we lost, but boom, 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 absolutely been destroying them, is we're playing, all of that hit, right? This is like a lot of money. So that's also why our live stream profit has been pretty good. But we've been crushing them, right? And again, we're playing 2 picks on this platform because we're getting more advantageous odds. Whereas on Underdog, we want to go with 3-pick entries because we're getting minus 122 right here as opposed to minus 137. So if you're playing 2-pick entries, you much prefer Thrive, right? If you're playing 3-pick, you much prefer Underdog. If you're playing 5-pick flexes, you much prefer PrizePicks. If you're playing 4-pick flexes, you prefer Thrive, but Underdog and PrizePicks are the same. But of course, these sportsbooks have different odds. Like here, this prop isn't available on PrizePicks, so we can't go with it. So we have 2 picks down. We need one last pick. So the pick I found was actually from the OddsJam arbitrage betting tool. Gavin Lux to record a hit, minus 122. I like this play as well. Bet Online has this minus 167. FanDuel has this minus 200. We're getting this minus 122 implied odds on Underdog Fantasy. So these 3 picks on DraftKings come out 125 to win 604. Jake Odorizzi under 3.5 strikeouts. Gavin Lux to get a hit, and Colton Wong. If we parlayed them, it's 125 to win 604. What we're getting is 125 to win 750. So a lot of value, a lot of improvement, like 25% better odds. That's exactly what we're looking for. I also played right here, Central Florida minus 125. So I added this to my sheet of kind of bets that you want to go ahead. So this is a not live bet, right? Central Florida minus 125. Adding it to my sheet, just kind of bets that we're placing on these videos, showing you the power of using OddsJam, to find profitable bets. And we can see if any other plays are available that we like. And it does seem like there is, right? So here we have this Jake Odorizzi looks good. Look at this Harrison Bader one now. Also looks pretty good, right? So what we can do is just be like, okay, we want to go with Gavin Lux, so we'll play 2. We want to go with Gavin Lux, Harrison Bader, and Jake Odorizzi. So Lux, Bader, Odorizzi. So we'll play a second one. Lux, Bader, Odor Izzy. And this one's even better. Whoa. What are these other picks? So we don't want these. These I accidentally threw in. So here we have 250 to win 1.5K. That seems pretty good. Let's lock it in. What's going on? There we go. 2 picks. Locked them in. Locked and loaded. Refresh this. I'm sure we'll have some more today. But, you know, Lux to get a hit. Bader to get a hit. Wong to get a hit. Odor Izzy under 3.5Ks. Let's make some money, guys.